See life. The education of a children is not done by school. See, if you think like that is wrong. Is he will be done by his fathers. When a child is trained by his fathers, he can do a lot of things, and he can give the best of him. You may have knowledge, but if you are not confident, you cannot move forward in life.
I said, yeah, the family have the priorities, has the whole priorities. Maybe there is the time to do this, at this period to do this, and for the European, they are real organized. They plan all things. You have it is your moment to do this, and after this, you came back at home, and the lady go to the side. And if you want to talk about those who don't have really time for the family, I think that this lady is not the good example to talk about. I think.
Let me add some.
Those who used to say, I don't have time, they use way to escape sometimes their responsibility.
Yes.
You see, when you take the case of Muslims, some of them, they ask their wife to stay home for children education.
Yes.
Because they want the children to receive good education. Like Mr. John said, you can find not always, you can find good education at school.
You can't
find good education.
Is about priority. I think that your children must be your priority because you are working for them to become better in life. So, if you don't have time for them when they are young, when you will become an old person, they will leave you because they don't have this habit to stay with you. You will become old. Maybe they will throw you somewhere in.
And to complete what you are saying, if they are no more young, then they can take care of themselves.
Yes, and the children.
And
they will forget you.
So they won't have time for you.
They will not have time for you too. Because in the past, you don't have time for them. You don't have time for them.
Yes.
They don't care about
and what
they will not care about what.
They will not care why.
Okay, wait. Let me speak. Let me finish this.
No, you have to be short.
Yes, I want to conclude. And when you will die, this is the most important thing. You know, your children are the one that they are supposed to bury you with honor. But if you are not, you was not with them anytime when they needed you. In this time, they will do it like this without any emotion. Is it not true?
Yeah, it's true.
They will do it like it without any emotion.
It's true. Okay, let's go to another person. Yeah, let's go to Mr. Hassan.
The businessman said, "We don't have time, make time." For me, all depends on our priority in our life. You have to plan all things, to have time to do this and after this. So it's very important for us, like the businessman said, to make time for all things you have to do in our life.
All things you have to do.
To do in our life. That's my conclusion. Yeah.
And it's very important to know that our realities is not the same as others.
Our realities
is not same like others.
Yeah.
We have to respect the opinion of each other. And for talking about the priority, even if you are the father of the family, don't forget that even your children, your wife has their own priority too. And as you are in the family, you have to think about the priority of our family, but not the priority of the father. Even if you are going to destroy your own family, if you think about the priority for the family and not my own priority, thank you very much. At this moment, I know that you can do more.
All right.
Thank you.
Good.
As the topic says, we don't have time, we make time. what I can say about this topic, I agree totally with it. Because if you want to have time to do things, you could never have time because of our occupations. But despite your occupation or your priorities, when things comes,
When
you may
things
have
come.
when
Things come.
you may make time to do that things. That's all for me.
As the topic said, we don't have time to create time. Yes, I agree. We must create time for what we are doing. That's describe our personality.
Yes.
Someone who doesn't have time for people all the time is someone who doesn't also have a goal. A goal. He doesn't know where he's going. He's wasting his time to work. What is unfortunately sad in this case is this man is someone who works hard. He works hard every day, but what he is doing is not useful, is not helpful for his life, his own life. So we want people to plan all, to know what is the priorities, what are the priorities, to know what time they must achieve this priority in the moment, the right moment. In this case, you are progressing, you are achieving.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next person.
Yeah, Mr. Zai.
Okay, thank you so much. For me, all things are bad, all things are good. But in your life, you have to have your priority. If you have your priority, you can do all things if you want. So why this guy said you don't have time to make times. Yes, it's good because if all things depends on of the contest.
Yeah.
Depends on of the contest.
It depends on the contest.
The contest. Depends on of the contest. If you said this morning I want to have 100, you can make your effort to have this 100. It's your priority to have this money to do what you want.
Yeah.
Yes, it's why it's important for you to have a priority, to have a schedule in your life.
Very good. This was for me a wonderful discussion, and like I said, I liked your reactions, and you were all speaking from your heart. Okay, and the discussion was intensive, and that was the idea. Okay, and for me, if you want my own view, my own opinion, okay, that will make time, for maybe things that will not necessarily constitute our priority. Our priority can be the work, the professional activities, but excluding the family, will be dangerous because, okay, in the end, we are working for the family. Okay, we are working to have a well-being, of the family. But if that family doesn't feel, itself into what we are doing, this is another problem. Okay, so to say that it's important to take into account the aspect of the family into our priority, even if we are so focused, even if we are 100% focused on our job. That's what I wanted to say, from my own perspective. And congratulations. I want this discussion to continue because 1 hour and 30 minutes, didn't permit us to, didn't permit us to cover all the different aspects of the topic. So you can continue the discussion on the WhatsApp group, and even when we are going to work together, So that being said, like I said, today we are going to start with presentations, and we'll unfortunately have only one person. because we don't have more time, for 2, 3 people. Okay, so that person will be Fred. Because Fred got the opportunity, to share with everyone into the group his topic.